Welcome back to the F123 driver career. Alfa Romeo have some points on the board. They just didn't come from me, unfortunately. In the last race and sprint in Baku, we had a frustrating time. P15 finish for me in the race and a retirement in the sprint. Valtteri somehow pulled out a P5 in the Grand Prix. Nobody knows why, but if he could do the same again, amazing. But baffling, to say the least, as to how he was able to do that. Miami today, thankfully, fully dry in the sessions that matter. So, fully dry quali and fully dry race, unless there are safety cars in the race. We had 3 safety cars in Baku last time out, and if there are safety cars again this time around, you can see how the rain is creeping in at the end of the Grand Prix. We might have a bit of a curveball come lap 45 of 57 or wherever it is at Miami. There may be a little bit of a drizzle. Hopefully we're quick regardless and can continue to keep up with the, at least on paper, 15th placed finishes that we've been putting in last 2 or 3 races. 15th and 16th so far, so very consistent in our overall finishing position, although obviously that has varied based on how many DNFs there have been from further in front of us. Sergio Perez is DNF'd with an engine failure. No, not an engine failure, actually. DNF'd with an engine failure and then terminal damage. Max Verstappen has had engine failure in Azerbaijan in both the sprint and the race. So they're all over the place. We did have some upgrades come in, but they were only really durability ones. They don't make that much difference at the moment. We're still waiting for stuff to come through. So right now, we are only as good as the second slowest team on the board. And Williams and Haas and Alpine are starting to edge away from us now as we're slightly left behind. We have quite a bit in the works, though. 2 major upgrades to the powertrain and the aerodynamics, and a minor one for the chassis, which should be ready for the next Grand Prix. Regardless, it's time to head to Miami to hopefully do a bit better this time. Do drop the video a like, of course, as ever, please, if you're enjoying the content, and continually happy to see Formula 1 here on the second channel. I'd appreciate it very much. Of course, make sure you check anything you missed on the channel as well from the FC24 stuff. And Football Manager is not that far away, if not perhaps already with you by the time you see this. Time will tell. Time will also tell how fast and or probably slow I am here in Miami. Okay, fastest in session with a hot lap, but nobody else will have done a hot lap, so it's no real surprise that we're fastest in session, but we'll take it. We got 5 out of 5 in all practice programs as well, first time round. You love to see it. It is not very often at all that I'm able to do that. How did the session end then? Did anyone else go fast? I presume not, because it started raining and they didn't. P1 in the session, although we're not going to be P1 come qualifying. Probably not even going to make it into Q2, to be completely honest, but to top a timesheet at any point is very pleasing, especially this early on in our driver career, so I'll take it. It's just actually change your parts in your car, Ches, then you can go straight to qualifying. I presume it will tell me about the resource points before we get to quali, or is it just going to throw me straight into quali? Resource points. 540, 480, banging. That's a great weekend, actually, for us there, to get that amount of resource points. Well over 1,000 there. We already had 1,000 in the back pocket as well. Some discounts on aero stuff would be nice moving forward, but we'll worry about that after we've done this race weekend. Fully dry from now on out, so very happy that that's the case. We found half a second. Is it enough to see us into Q2? I think it was P17, P18, P12? Oh! Half a second is enough to see us into Q2. I fear that's probably another case of good quali pace, terrible race pace, but I've got 3 tenths on my team, or 2.5 tenths at the very least on my teammate there apparently. And Lance Stroll is perhaps not necessarily a shock elimination, but certainly not the obvious elimination. Both Williams, one of the Haas and one of the AlphaTauri out. I don't know as I'll get any quicker than 1:28.598, but I didn't expect to get out of that session, so anything from here is a bonus. So to say that the medium tyre is going to be the race tyre of choice today. whether we have enough pace on the medium is neither here nor there, but in terms of tyre wear and a balance of pace, we want to spend as much time on the medium tyre as possible. The softs are going to be fast, but they will wear quickly. Too quickly, really. And the hards aren't going to last that much longer than the mediums, but they're going to be incredibly slow. We might be forced onto the hards for tyre wear purposes, but I think I'd rather avoid the hard, to be honest. That was a better first sector than Q1. A little bit slow on the throttle application to get onto the straight, which has cost me a couple of hundredths. Hopefully it's something we can negate by the end of the straight. Okay, so our first run in Q2 was a 29.1. At the minute, I'm on for a 28.2. I'm imagining a majority of people have gone faster. Oh, it's terrible. It's going to lose me time to the line, but I think that might be enough to get me through, you know. We might be in Q3 for the very first time. We are P8. Q3 for the first time in this driver career in Miami in the Alfa Romeo. LA. 28.1. God damn. No, 28 flat. 28 flat. Lando out. Fernando Alonso out. Pierre and Esteban Ocon in both the Alpines through. Valtteri didn't find more than a few tenths. At best, I found over a second. Unbelievable, Jeff! Do we stand a chance of maybe doing what Valtteri did in Miami? I don't think so, but there might be the chance of a P10, perhaps, if strategy goes our way. If the flag is waving, that is that. Did get a little nudge of the wall there. The right front took a bit of a knock. .27 flat from Sergio Perez is disgusting. .28.5 from it. Did a 28 flat in the first session. It is P10, a 28.5 there in Q3. The tyres weren't quite as warm in Q3 as they were in the second run in Q2, and I think that made a big difference actually there. I would have been P8 again if I'd have replicated that first lap. 27 flat is monstrous from Sergio Perez. He's faster than anybody else by over 0.2 of a second. Then it's the two Ferrari, then you go another almost 0.3 of a second back to Lewis and Max. Disgusting from Sergio Perez. He's really pulled that out of the bag. That's a wonderful, a great response to his back-to-back DNFs, which he could certainly have done without. But whether he can carry that into race trim or not, we'll wait and see. Whether we can carry our pace through to race trim or not, we'll wait and see. Let's go and sort our strategy out, shall we? Find out if anyone's got any penalties as well, because, of course, Max Verstappen had another retirement. So did Sergio Perez, so he might have put it on pole and then actually ended up having to take a grid penalty. 29 degrees is hot, mate, to say the least. Not as hot as Doha for the Qatari Grand Prix, but Sergio Perez does start on pole. No penalties for... Well, to be fair, he retired with damage in... Oh, Verstappen doesn't take a pen. So, I guess we only took our pen... We only took our pen for the Baku Grand Prix. I start 9th, though. Norris with a pen. No, Hamilton with a pen. That's where we come. That's where we jump forward. Hamilton with a he had a penalty in Baku as well. So Max Verstappen, who retired, well, yeah, he retired in Baku, but I retired from sprint to main race. So I had to replace one of my components under part firme conditions, which is why I ended up with a grid penalty in Baku. But obviously, Max hasn't done that because he retired in the race and can change whatever he wants. Lewis, 2 races in a row, has changed something under part firme conditions. So it reckons medium, medium, hard is the best way to the finish. I would agree. Medium's the tyre of choice. Softs at the back. Logan going hard tyres. He's probably just going to get abandoned at the back of the grid, I would imagine. We start P9 because of Lewis's penalty. Ocon and Gasly trying to make as much time as possible early on the softs before then probably going medium, medium to the end, or maybe they're 3-stopping soft, 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 medium. I've no idea whatsoever, but we'll start on the mediums. A little bit of last-minute warming with some brake work. We start on the inside. We start on the outside, aren't we? Good. We're starting on the race. Oh, actually, the racing line kind of cuts across, doesn't it, from right to left? But when we get to the corner, the racing line is on the outside. 0.3 metres is decent. Not spectacular, but certainly good enough. The 2 Alpines on softs. Everybody else behind me on mediums for the next few cars. Till you get to some soft runners right at the back. And then Paul Logan Sargent on his hards, who's probably just going to disappear. Try not to get too much revs. It's a terrible start for Oscar Piastri and for George Russell, actually. I'm going to make a dive. Saw a gap, I went for it. Esteban Ocon's had a wonderful start as well on those soft tyres. So we've gone P9 to P6 at the start, but you can see how George Russell in his Mercedes just has more grip and more speed. Piastri now behind us. Awful getaway for Piastri. Russell's wasn't particularly strong either, but he's been able to recover past me, and it looks like Piastri's going to look to do the same here. Though top end, we don't appear to be too bad. I'm going to fight Piastri a little bit here. I just want to gift positions back this early on. I don't mind getting cut adrift from those in front. Too much. Because we're not aiming to finish in P7 anyway. Or P6 at least. Try and maintain everybody behind me as long as I can, but I fear as soon as DRS is involved, it might get a little bit more difficult. But that is not a bad first lap at all. Can't remember what ERS recovery is like around Miami. It's not bad, I don't think, but equally it's not massively impressive. Yeah, I'm going to need good battery retention here for it to stand a chance. I'm going to hug the inside like I did last time. Piastri again will go around the outside. Brake a little later than I did last time. Keep the position. We're going to have to fight hard for this, aren't we? This is going to be intense for the first 5 or 6 laps. Because once Piastri gets past me, there's a number of others just waiting to pick my pocket as well. And I'll be honest with you, don't fancy getting my pocket picked. Tyre wear is high though. Temps are okay, but tyre wear is high. Actually, just the one car getting past might not be that bad, provided I can at least stay with Piastri till the first DRS zone.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
Don't know how easy that's going to be through this first sector.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Oh God. Back end just decided it didn't want anything to do with the front end anymore. That's annoying. I think I might have stayed with Oscar then. Going to be vulnerable down here now. Here they come. Force them the long way round. But the long way round Pierre is going to go. Lando is not doing the same. I'm not having any of that, pal. And if I'm careful with my throttle application, we might be able to stick with some of this group. At least for a couple of laps. Lando again having a look up the inside. And to stay off the curbs in the traction zones and just make sure the back end doesn't step on me again. Lando now having another look up the inside here. Just going to make me lose loads of time to Pierre Gasly, but Lando's lost out in the short term because he's lost the position to Fernando Alonso as well. But now they'll have the DRS again to get past me here, and I missed out on the back of Pierre Gasly because I was busy battling with Lando. We are getting swamped a little bit, but we're in an Alfa Romeo in 9th place in a 20-car Grand Prix. Like, this was always going to happen at the beginning of the race. It's just a case of trying to survive as long as possible. Lando gave me a little bit of a nudge there. I didn't leave him perhaps as much space as I could have or should have. I was hoping he'd back out of it. He didn't. We'll have DRS here at least, and I'll try and save a little bit of battery. I think Lando might have tweaked his front wing running into the back of me a moment ago. Not sure. He's certainly vulnerable down the straight, that's for sure. Magnussen now, the man directly behind us. Lando might dip into the pits here. He does indeed. He must have gotten damage running into the back of me then. Sorry, Lando, wasn't intentional, mate. That gap was never really going to last that long. I didn't think he was that far alongside me, in all honesty. But now, actually, it's Kevin Magnussen and Yuki Tsunoda that are the 2 cars behind. Not Lewis Hamilton, as I feared it might be. So P10 for the minute might be slightly easier to hold on to than the previous handful. Not that I'm getting any of my battery back here. Oh, K-Mag's going to have me. But Kevin Magnussen will be easier to clean to. This is 10% wear after 4.5 laps is very high. Perhaps should have let K-Mag go there. Oh my god, what the fuck happened there? Great. I swear you just get random spits of oversteer sometimes that bear no reaction, no relevance to actually what's happening under the car at street tracks. It's just like, you're going to get oversteer now. Why? Don't know. Why though? Like, fuck off. Not even close to full throttle or even half throttle sometimes. It's just like, round you go. Oof. This is tough, man. This is tough. I'm so scared of putting my foot on the throttle.
The car behind's gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
Why? Fuck me. Oh. So frustrating. Now I'm with my teammate again. I hadn't thought about tyre temps. I haven't checked them either. I hope that's not the case. But you might be right with the rear stepping out on me. That would probably explain our tumble. They're warm, but they're not overheating. I'll keep this up through the first sector, which is where they seem to take a lot of time out of me. And we'll see if they overheat through there. They're not massively overheating. They're just wearing really fast. Might be a case of going medium hard, something else, like we did in Australia. But the hards aren't great at all, are they? We seem to have settled for the time being, at least at the moment, in P14. Although those in front are on softs, so their tyres are going to be wearing as well at the moment. But, what, at least the same as mine, if not faster. I'm just going to go up the inside now. I'm wondering if it's difficulty related, or whether it's another case of just there are some tracks where I'm strong, there are some tracks where I'm not. I mean, we are ultimately, and we had this in my team as well, we are in the 9th fastest car. So we should expect to be P17 and 18. Quali pace in this car is okay, if I can nail it, but race pace ain't there yet. Don't know whether it's because the car's heavy, or whether because the car's draggy. But it is not a very competitive car right now. But I have to remember, we are only on round 5 of a brand new save in a terrible car on a difficulty higher than I've ever started a career before in my life. So maybe I should just shut up and wait for the car to get better. Because eventually either it will or I will. If there's been a car that I'm able to stick with, though, more so than anyone else, it is my teammate in the same machinery. Which you would imagine would be the case. Now Lewis is having a look. He's made next to no, if not gone backwards. So next to no progress, if anything has gone backwards, Lewis, on those hard tyres. But they will come to him, and I think they are doing so about now. He'll probably see Valtteri off in the not too distant future. My tyres are just about to hit the 25% mark, so we're going to fall off the cliff here on lap 12 of 57. And we're trying to take these tyres. To lap 20. Lando has caught up with Logan Sargent now. Lewis is past Valtteri. I might dip on 17 or 18 for a set of hard tyres. Hards, yes, you're done. It's taken a while though for Lewis to kick those hards into life. I wonder whether they are a decent move or not. It might be worth going medium, and then running the hards at the end of the race. Trying to force a mistake out of Valtteri here, but just as I'm saying it, I was going to say he seems reluctant to make one. He then makes one, but I can't get past. Here comes Lando on fresh softs. Alex Albon actually in the pits now on lap 14 into 15 to change from his previous set of softs, presumably onto another set. Yeah, I think I'm going to go 18, 18, 21. Medium, hard. Try and make up some of the time from changing the wing on the new set of mediums. And then try and survive at the end of the race on the hard tyres. The softs are lasting a long time for the AI. They will not last that long for me. This is what it must feel like in real life when you see someone have a tremendous qualifying effort and then you know that by lap 10 they're going to be 7 or 8 places lower than where they started. This is that feel right now. This is how that feels. Yellow flag for Piastri at turn 1. What is that for? Has he come out of the pits into someone? Has he binned it? What's happened to him? He's binned it. Oscar Piastri round. Didn't he do something? He did something similar in Baku, didn't he? In the last race. He spun it. No safety car or anything. Ocon's into the pits. Sargent's into the pits as well off those hards. That is a peculiar decision to run the hard time from the start and then pit with the soft runners. A really odd decision. That's the current plan, Daniel, yes, to stop 18 for another set of mediums and a change of front wing. Gasly in the pits, Checo in the pits. Checo out the pits. Ocon's closing behind. It's 2 seconds in the last lap he's taken out of us. Stroll is closing, but not by the same margin. But Stroll pit a lot earlier. He's having a bit of a battle with the car behind him as well. He's got a car with him there, Lance Stroll. It's Alex Albon, who pits significantly later than Lance Stroll as well. He's trying to make his way back through. Lewis in the pits now from his hard tyres. It's odd to see them pit this early from the hards. Really strange. Unless they just don't last that long. But, I mean, these mediums are lasting that long, so... And the softs were lasting nearly as long. I am going to box this lap, though, as I'm thinking about maybe trying to take Valtteri Bottas. I just noticed Esteban Ocon in my rearview mirror, trying to say hello. I'm not going to be close enough to Valtteri here to make a move. I might be able to make a move into the final main corner before we then pit. So we're going to be in at the end of this lap. If Valtteri goes defensive, I'll just go around the outside and hopefully he doesn't lock up again. Which he doesn't do.
Okay,
I'm now boxing.
Don't worry about it, mate. It can happen to the best of us. Now look, I've put a new strategy option for you in the MFD. So
we are changing our front wing here. Medium, medium. Yes to a front wing change because it's got some damage to it. We don't know where we picked up that damage, but damage nonetheless.
Right, let's go. Come on. That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting.
Did they change it? I said they didn't change it. I said change front wing damage to yes, but they haven't changed it. So I still have, I presume, the holes in my front wing, which I do. So it's not showing up on the MFD as having any damage, but there is a hole, 2 holes on the front right end plate. But they won't change it. Lovely, thank you. Okay, new medium tyres, no new front wing. Must be to stop 40. We want to stop 36.
Sargent's ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 6.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining.
Yeah.
2 stops
So
remaining.
Sargent is going hard, soft, 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 or hard, soft, soft, medium. They're 3 stopping. Sargent is 3 stopping. Gasly's gone soft, hard. So I wonder whether they're 3 stopping or 2 stopping. I don't know what anyone's doing here. Lewis is gone hard, soft. So presumably he's 3 stopping, the same as Logan. More cars in the pits now. A Ferrari, a Red Bull, Fernando Alonso, as well as a Haas and an AlphaTauri, which will be Yuki because Ricciardo's right in front of us. They're going to mediums. Okay. So they're mediuming as well.
20.2 seconds.
Annoyingly, those that just come out of the pits are all getting DRS now. I'm worried about getting left behind. Tsunoda and Magnussen on fresh tyres. Ricciardo we were gaining on, but now he's got DRS off everyone there that's come out around him. Valtteri should be in the pits this lap, I believe. Oscar Piastri's in the pits now as well. Valtteri is in, so we should undercut Valtteri. And Lance Stroll is pitting as well, I think that was. So I think we should undercut Lance Stroll as well. It is Stroll in the pits. It is Valtteri in the pits. And we should and will take them both. Safety car. I couldn't tell you why there's a safety car. I've absolutely no idea. I'm not sure what to do tactically from here. I think we're best just staying on what we've got on, I think. I think we'll just stay on our mediums. No idea why there's a safety car. But I'm now going to have to drive at a fairly decent pace to catch the safety car. The McLaren's stopping again. There's a McLaren that had just pit. No, I don't want that. I want the race director. McLaren had just pit and he's now stopping again. So Piastri's just gone medium. He and Lando are now both in. Are they going hards? Is this a free chance to change the front wing? Do I change the front wing and put hard tyres on? So we're pitting for hards. We put a new front wing on. And we'll see if that affects our pace at all. The old front wing had a hole, 2 holes in the front right end plate. We don't know how we got that damage. The only softs I have available to me are used as well.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
So I can only put a set of soft tyres on that I've previously done a qualifying run on, which isn't great. So I think it might be a case of whack these hards on, see how far they go, and then maybe put those old mediums back on again. But it's just a cheap stop, a free stop, to put a new front wing on, and it saves us losing 4 or 5 seconds of race time later down the line. And I'll just double check that I don't have any holes still in my front wing. Which, no, I don't. I have a fully functioning front wing. Lovely. Hopefully that means our pace is going to be okay. Let's go and catch up with everybody further down the track, shall we? And Alpine is in the pits now as well. So many stoppers under the safety car. More pitters under the safety car. I might gain a few positions here. Ricardo, Hulkenberg and Albon pitting off their soft tyres. Presumably going to go to another set of softs because they're 3 stopping. Albon is out. They are going to soft tyres again. And I'm going to get one of them. Right, we're underway again. Now Logan Sargent's in the pits. So many pitters under the safety car at a number of different lap times. So we're now going to take these hard tyres as far as we can. Effectively. They probably would go to the end, but with no pace. Yellow flag.
Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out.
What? Someone spinned it at the end of the straight. Not sure who. It's the Haas. And then everyone's getting stuck. So let's flash that back a bit, because that's just silly. If that happens again, it happens again, but he should be able to avoid it. No, he's done it again. Safety car deployed again. Why? In theory, I shouldn't be able to. I shouldn't pass anyone here. That would just be. That's just nonsense. Go on. So Magnussen spun, blocked the track.
Okay,
He's back up and running again, but now the safety car's out.
There appears to have been an issue with multiple stock vehicles on the track.
And the Ferrari, whoever's in the lead, got past the safety car before it came out. So now we go round again. I could have made about 10 positions there, but that's just not how that would work in real life, and I can't bring myself to do it. We've had 2 safety cars, and still 20 runners on the circuit. So I imagine the first safety car was for someone else that spun and got stuck, but Piastri spun, and that didn't bring a safety car out. He just got going again. And when we pick the safety car up, I don't believe it can pit the same lap. I think it has to go another lap. I think. I don't think we can pick the safety car up and then it can come in at the end of that lap. So I think we'll be under the safety car until lap 30. I think we'll go green on lap 30. Meaning there'll then be 27 laps left to go on these hard tyres that are 6% worn. We are now coming up to half race distance at the end of the next lap. I don't think the safety car will be in this lap. I think we'll do one more. I might be wrong. No, safety car is in this lap. Okay, there you go. So we picked the safety car up and it's coming in on the same lap.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap.
And we are racing again as we cross the line to start the halfway lap of the race. And more cars in the pits under the safety car. Both Mercedes and a Ferrari, I think. Absolute bedlam in this Miami Grand Prix. It's just pure chaos. I'm trying to make use of these hard tyres now because I'm wondering whether they could make it to the end.
0.8 seconds.
Sergeant having a look and getting the job done on his new softs. Congratulations, lad.
You can win that place back.
Oh, I plan on. Not yet, but I plan on. I'm going to try and stick with the pack, but it's easier said than done when you're on hard tyres and they're on new softs. Yeah, there's no way these cars get to the end. Not a chance.
We think we might see some rain.
Oh God!
About 15 minutes.
I'd forgotten about the rain. We said that at the end it went to 54. It said 54% chance of rain in the last section. We've had 2 safety cars, and rain is coming in 15 minutes. This is like Baku, the reverse of Baku. It's like Baku all over again, where we're on the hards, everyone else is on the softs, and we're wondering whether the tyres will last till the rain. Their softs definitely won't. My hards probably won't,
Okay, so the gap's
but I do have some used mediums I could use to then go on to that would give me some decent pace until the rain. Oh, another twist! Jesus Christ. What is... The past 2 races have been just nutty. You're going to the end on those, George? Well, you can't go to the end on those because it's going to bloody rain, but is your plan to go to the end on those?
0.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Looks like the car behind has a small amount of damage to the front wing, but it doesn't seem to be affecting performance. Just be
Okay.
aware. Your last lap time was
It's
1
intriguing.
minute 31.6.
I'll have a look and see if I can see it on the way past. He does. Ferrari in the pits. And there's some bodywork lying there on the road. It looked like a Haas end plate. Wonder whether there's been some contact somewhere. Science pitting for hard tyres. No, that's not the Alfa Romeo driver. He's in a Ferrari. The other Ferrari is also going to be past me very soon. Talk to me about the weather, young Mark.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes' time. Rain in 10 minutes.
Not trying to fight you, Charles. My battle isn't with you today, sunshine. Is it going to be heavy enough to warrant a change of tyres or nah? What do you think? Yeah, could work very well in my favour or ruin everything. Still 22 laps to go. 22 including this one. Past 2 Grand Prix have taken forever. McLaren in the pits. Alpine in the pits. No, yeah. Alpine in the pits, Gasly pitting.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.
It's going to be like Baku again, isn't it? Where they all pit for new tyres, I try and stay out on my hards till the rain, and those on the new tyres just catch me up and overtake me again, and then it rains. Am I better off pitting now for that set of mediums and taking them to the rain, or hanging it out on this set of hards? I might wait till the hards get to 25% and then just dip. 3 wide in front. Anyone wants to run into each other, that'd be lovely. George Russell trying to make his way through. Sargent's on softs, of course, trying to get them to another stop before the Perez in the pits, Ocon in the pits. So those soft runners are making their next change for medium tyres to go to the end. But we know rain is coming. But is it coming? I don't think it's coming even remotely close to quickly enough for me. I could probably still take the hards to the rain, but my hards will be so worn when the rain gets here that it's going to be like driving on ice and practically pointless. I might be better off on newer rubber further back than I am on more worn rubber further forward. I don't know. Try and make my way through here a little bit if I can, but it's going to be risky, especially when I've got this happening at any given moment. They're 3 wide again up top. I can't see the braking zone at all.
Come on, you can win that place back.
That's a career mode only move. 2 cars, 1 corner. Checo's past Logan Sargent as well. Lol. Go on, Sergio.
1.5 seconds.
That wasn't even a send. That was a throw package out of side of plane.
Radar suggests some weather's going to hit in around 5 minutes' time, so stay on your toes.
I'm on my toes. I'm on my toes. Don't tell me the slow-moving car was my bloody teammate.
Feet ahead of you. Okay, the gap is
Hi,
less
Lando.
than a second. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 17 laps
Valtteri's
old.
the slow car.
Lap was a 1:35.0.
Valtteri's the slow car. On outrageously worn tyres. Ha! Caught it. It's okay. Don't panic. Mine are going to be at 25% now. Rain is so close, though. This is stupid. What a ridiculous predicament to be in for a second race in a row. So we're both trying to hold on until the rain now. Him with worn mediums, me with worn hards. Go away, Carlos. I want the inside line. I want the inside line. Send. Got it stopped. Lost the position. Oh, go away, Logan. Bloody hell. Go away, Lewis. This is what I mean. It's exactly the same as Baku. We've saved a pit stop, but those that did pit have come through with their newer tyres, just caught us back up again anyway, before the rain gets here. I'm wondering whether I should have put that set of softs on. Someone was in the pits. They were coming out of the pits, and I cut across them, I think, as they were coming out, and it sent Lewis offline. Daniel's pit again. I hope for his sake he's changed his front wing. Something definitely happened to Lewis there, you're right. I saw it in my rearview mirror, but I'm not sure what it was.
Okay, so the car behind's just come in. They're now on the soft tyre.
Okay.
Soft
Oh,
tyres.
big lock up for Valtteri. So it was Yuki behind that was coming out the pits. He nearly drove into Lewis. Currently P9 and 11 as a team, surrounded by Logan Sargent and Pierre Gasly. Tell me about the weather.
The rain's a few lap outs yet, but it is coming, so be careful. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
It's a few lap outs, lads. Have they not picked that up literally as they're recording it? They're in the pits. Sargent and Bottas both pitting.
Our gap to the car in front.
What is happening? Hello.
6 seconds.
I'll give you some racing room because I was about to shut the door then, and then I realised you were a bit further up alongside me than I thought you were. Hello. Lance is through. Now it's Ocon behind me.
Valtteri's in the pit.
No, he's not. Valtteri's out of the pits already. Stupid game. Nearly at 30% on these hards now.
This seemed like the best tyre for now.
Make the rain come now.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 17.5 seconds.
So I've set Inters as next. And changed my wing back from yes to auto. Just in case. We're down to 13th. And praying for the rain to come ASAP Rocky. One of the Mercedes is pit and gone right to the back of the field again. If I were to pit, I'd end up 18th. This is between the two Alpha Tauri. But I don't know if I'd have pace to get back through. I am tempted. Just in case the rain doesn't come heavy enough, I'm tempted to dip and put that slightly used set of mediums on. But I don't know how heavy the rain's going to be. England 2, Italy 1, vamos. Everybody from Hulkenberg backwards is going to catch me at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap, if not more. Because they're on fresh tyres and I'm on super worn hards.
Okay, the car behind's catching you at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap. Be aware.
So I need the rain to hit now, and it needs to come down hard and warrant changing tyres immediately. There is a raindrop. Rain hard, rain hard, rain hard, and rain now. I need a Florida-esque downpour, please. Gimme. Gimme. Go on. Now we use your DRS. Bye, Nico.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down
I can't stop. Mark Gay. I was too busy looking at the fucking substitute for England. Mark Gahey coming on. 9 seconds to get behind. That will be 6 or less by the end of the next lap. It's already 8 because of that mistake. It doesn't look like the rain's going to get any harder than it is. Come on, rain. Getting a little bit of dotting on the screen in front of me. It is getting a little harder. Maybe next lap? Oh, who knows? I've got Inters set for next.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
Yeah, cool. It's not like it's raining or anything.
Okay, so this light rain is going to be with us for a while now. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
If I pit and I put the mediums on and then I have to stop again for Inters, I might just quit and go and do Forza career mode for the rest of my life. If I'm going to make that decision, I have to make it now to have enough time to do something with that medium tyre set.
Okay, gaps of the car ahead is 2.1 seconds.
I either stay out and get overtaken by everybody, or I pit and try and catch everybody back up. Either way, I end up last. Yellow flag. Oh, it's Bottas. My teammate is retiring from behind me, I think. Come on, safety car, safety car, safety car, safety car. It's not going to happen, is it? Valtteri's out. It's going to be a mechanical failure of some description. Valtteri Bottas out of the race. Oh, man. I am driving on ice right now. And I've not even got tennis shoes on my feet. Here comes Lewis. If we're not onto Inters by the end of this next lap, I'm gonna pit for mediums. Although, as I say that, I think it might be Inter time. The raindrop graph, you know, when it just changes and then the raindrops start appearing to bounce off the floor. That's when you get to Inter time.
We're seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain.
I think we might be at Inters.
Seem like the best tyre for now.
I've literally got nothing to lose, so I might as well. Watch the Red Bull. What's the Red Bull doing? Red Bull continues. Stop! Bloody hell. Alright, intermediate tyres. Pitting from dead bloody last. Should I say pitting to go to dead bloody last? Now we wait and see. I'll get the temps up. In Baku we timed it perfectly, but didn't really gain anything from it. Let's see if we've done the same here as well. Watch the Red Bull. Does the Red Bull pit? No, the Red Bull continues. Are we gonna get a scenario where it gets too close to the end and the AI just don't pit even though it's pissing it down? Because we've had that before. They should pit now, but I don't think they will. I think the game will register it as, because of the distance to the end, they'd lose more time in overall race time by pitting than they would by staying out on dry tyres in wet weather. So unless someone crashes and causes a madness, they'll all just stay out. I'm gaining on Daniel, but the gaps to those in front of Daniel have barely moved. Close on Daniel by 3 or 4 seconds, but the gaps to Tsunoda and Hamilton have only come down by about 1. There's only 4 laps to go. I think the AI will not necessarily bug, but it just won't pit. I might get Daniel with 55, 6 and 7 to go, but I won't finish any higher than P18 unless someone bins it. It's still not quite right, because look, Inter's a 13% worn already. They've only been on 3 or 4 laps. They've only been on 4 laps, and they're going at 3% a lap wear, so it's still not fully Inter's weather. But if I hadn't have changed tyre, I would only have ended up here anyway. If everybody pit, I might end up in like 12th or 13th or something, but no one will pit. Because it's like, the only way nobody would lose anything is if everybody pit. But if one person takes the risk and pits, there's just not enough time to earn the time back for them now. It just didn't get wet enough quickly enough. So I just have to hope at the front of that group that the Alpine bins it, they all plough into him, and then I just pick up the pieces. Tyres is 17% worn now. That's gone at 4% in the last lap. 2 laps, actually. No, lap. Yeah, lap. Hi, Daniel. Thank you for P18, Daniel.
Brilliant. Nice.
We're not going to finish last. Woo! P18. Woo! It's track specific. Baku and Miami are 2 of the weakest tracks for the user against the AI because of the inherent grip levels, or lack of. This setup works perfectly well against other human users in the Creator Series, where everyone's on the level playing field, whereas against the AI, you're not on a level playing field at times. So in the next Grand Prix, we will be more competitive. The only thing is, the next Grand Prix, I believe, is Spain, and it actually is Spain this time. And of course, at Spain, there's a horrendous new bug where the bump that was on the way into the pits is now on the outside, the exit curb of the penultimate corner. I'm sure you've seen clips of it. So that's going to be intriguing. The next race is going to be absolute chaos as well. As we begin our final lap, we're not going to finish any higher up than P18, but I don't know as we could have played it any other way, really. We held on for this rain, which did come. It's just that we were the only ones to make the jit to Inters. It is intermediate running.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
And we are gaining on people hand over fist. There's just not enough laps left. Just quite simply, not enough laps left. as Max wins the Grand Prix. Nice return to form for him. So continually, Max Verstappen has either DNF'd or won the race. He's won 3 Grand Prix and he's not finished the other 2. Or the sprint. So he'll be on 75 points unless he has the fastest lap, in which case he'll be on 76. Don't know who has the fastest lap, to be honest. I wish when you asked about fastest lap overall, it told you who had it as well. Regardless, there is a massive group of cars just right there. And if everybody had pit for Inters 2 laps after we did, which was the right thing to do, we'd have made so many positions.
Okay, car behind trailing us.
Because we closed down Daniel from 12, 13, 14 seconds away, and we ended 8 seconds in front of him. There was a 20-second swing, but as Tyler says in chat, we needed maybe 5 more laps. It's Imola next, Monaco, then Spain. Banging. All right, hopefully Spain will be fixed by that point then. But Imola is next, according to Darren in chat, and I think he might be right, to be fair. Hopefully, weather at Imola is in my favour, unlike the last 2 tracks. I've just done Imola in the Creator Series as well, so I know I've got a setup that works and works well, and I've got good recent practice around there as well. Started P9, ended P18. Not great. But, again, we are in the second worst car. On paper, we should be 17th and 18th. Bottas didn't finish because his car gave up, and then I finished 18th. But as was the case in Baku, as you guys are fully aware, track specific. We get some extra resource points because of the failure to Valtteri's car. Right, so I can do rear downforce, sorry, front downforce move. Can't do drag reduction yet. Weight redistribution and weight reduction are invaluable. So that is getting done. Tyre wear I'm not going to do for fear of it breaking the save. And then do I do that or do I do... What I want to do is ERS, but I can't do that yet. I don't know why I can't do that yet. Probably because that needs to finish. Durability wise, I could do the ICE again. Could do the MGUK, MGUH or turbo, but I think the right thing to do is put the downforce on. So let's do that and hope that by the time we get to the next 3 or 4 races, that we are more competitive. And I'm sure we will be. We absolutely will be. Higher cost, less cost, ignore. Marketing. Why am I being asked about marketing? I've only got £25,000 balance because I can't add to it.
Thank you.
So that's an aspect of driver career that needs tweaking from the devs, please. Average speed zone or checkpoint challenge. We'll do average speed zone at Imola in the McLaren Artura. Hopefully get some more driver acclaim from that, which would go down very nicely indeed. I don't have any money to spend on those, and I don't know as I can raise any money until I get a contract renewal or something happens. I have no idea. At the moment, we are 7th in the constructors, 11th and 19th in the drivers, and hoping that the weather in Imola is more kind. If it's dry, we'll be relatively quick.
Swapping out engine components when they're on the last legs.
I'm trying, mate. That's what I'm doing, you see. Okay, so the parts we got in at the minute are the more worn for practice. Actually, put the energy store in. 34, 33. There's not much in it. That's the only one I've got. 46, 41. Okay, sweet. Well, we're still the second worst team. We're trying. McLaren are now the second fastest side. Go on, Mazzers. Will that change, though, as we head to the next race weekend? Because it does update, doesn't it? Matt would be top 10 in Creator Series. I would agree as well, Darren, I think. I think I'd agree. Oh, interchangeable weather in Imola, for Christ's sake. Jeez, that is the shortest, sharpest shower you've ever seen in your life. It's dry, 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 rain, dry, dry. We might be able to power through that and not need to change compound. Development update sees us move up a little bit as AlphaTauri don't, but everyone else also improves slightly. So we are still continually second bloody bottom, but we'll be more competitive compared to the Alpines than we were, and just as competitive as we were with the Williams, a little bit less competitive, I think, than we were to the Haas. But this is a much better circuit for me, Imola. That said, it's not great in a straight line, but my setup, that is. But it is going to be a much better circuit for me. I am almost certain. That's going to bring this YouTube video to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do join me for the next one in Imola. I'd very much appreciate your presence. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do come and join me on Twitch as well to watch these live. Do forgive me. England are playing Italy. It's the last minute and Italy nearly scored. Thank you very much for watching. Check the YouTube channel for any FC24 My Player you missed. Check the main YouTube channel for any Chelsea career mode you missed. Or, of course, any Football Manager that may well have started by now. As we say, as I'm recording this, the beta isn't out, but it may well be out soon. England cleared. They're going to win. Happy days. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.